happy Friday. I'm going to be interviewing, and well, a friend is going to be joining me today on my live. His name is Kurt, and he is doing the Grumpy Dad Detox. He helps stay-at-home dads to have a life of sweatless ease. He helps dads to just have a community. He's really, really cool, and yeah, I met him a couple of months ago in a program that I'm part of with digital marketing, and there's about 4 or 5 of us that joined this group that he created, an accountability group, and we just hang out here once a month, or not really once a month, but once a week in the Legacy Builder program. And he just sent me a message. That was the ting that came through, so he'll be hopping on shortly. So if you don't know me yet, my name is Robin, and I am a stay-at-home mom. I speak to people that are like me. I have got fibromyalgia, and I needed to find a way where I could work from home so that I could have time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. And you'll see that I'm hanging out in my kids' room today just because for the theme, Kurt is a stay-at-home dad, and he does, as I said, Grumpy Dad Detox. So he will be doing that. Oh, now he's coming on as freelance side hustle. So how's it, Kurt? How's it is a South African word to say hello. So I'm saying that you were coming on from on Grumpy Dad Detox. So that's why I sat in my kids' room. But Kurt has got a number of different things that he does. So he is on here today as freelancer side hustle. I don't know if you want to carry on this one, or if you want to hop off and come on hold, please. Oh, hold please. Okay, so swap over and we'll continue there. So I joined this amazing community in June 2024. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in June 2023. So it was a year after my diagnosis that I came across this opportunity where I could start my own online business. So I have got a background in multi-level marketing and direct selling, and I just wanted to find a way where I didn't have to show up for a 9-to-5 job, but also in a way that I could start something which was mine, where I wasn't building somebody else's business, somebody else's legacy. I really wanted to have a way that I could work from home and then help other people that are in the same situation as me. So how's it, Kurt? How are you today? I'm very excited to have you on here with me. I don't know if you can go live with me, or if you just want to chat and put your comments in the chat. I just did a little bit of an intro. I said that I'm working from the kids' room today. My kids have got bunk beds. I'm a boy mom. I have got I'm not that grumpy dad today. Are you happy today? So I come from a background, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have got a 6 and an 8-year-old boys, and I'm hanging out in their bedroom today. I just want to come on here to do my Freedom Friday. I'm doing my whole theme for the next 40 weeks, well, from the 7th of February to the 7th of November 2025, our year to thrive, is to be able to help people to achieve those seemingly unattainable dreams and goals, and to create your own Freedom Friday. I don't know about you, but as soon as you start hitting the 40s and you get into the 40s, something shifts and you're like, holy crap, I've got like 20 years to build a retirement. I've only got 20 years left before I'm a grandparent. Like all these things which are just like completely overwhelming. And do you want to leave an impact? Do you want to, what impact do you want to leave? And I think Kurt speaks so into that, where he does Grumpy Dad Detox, where he's like, he just wants to leave a legacy. He wants to interact. He wants to have time with his daughter. And if you're a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home dad, and you're coming on, or if you're watching the replay, I'd encourage you to follow myself or Kurt, which is Grumpy Dad Detox, and we journey, and we would love to journey with you. So I do 7 days. So my process is that I take people on a 7-day journey, 7 steps to success, and it depends on what that looks like for you. In this program that I purchased, it is the Digital Growth Community, and in that community there are 50,000 people. 50,000 people. So what is it, and who is it going to be? Is somebody going to be coming into this community because you've led them there, or are you coming into this community? What is it for you? And do you want to be, do, and have everything and more so that you can thrive in 2025? I know I do, I know Kurt does, and I know that this program is teaching us skills. So I speak to people with fibromyalgia, Kurt speaking to dads. He also has another profile with freelance, and he'll speak about that. I don't know if I'm going to get you to join now, just want to finish my little story here. But the fantastic thing about this is that every single person needs digital marketing. I don't care what you say or what it is for you, but I just know with everything that I have and am, that if you look at trends, and I know that YouTube is going to hit a trillion subscribers next year. What part of that retail digital real estate do you want? Do you want digital real estate? Because the property market is up and down. What is it that you want for you? So I am very excited that we help people to start their own online business. It doesn't matter what your background is. At the moment, we are helping people that have been retrenched to do faceless. I have got a business partner, a friend that her and I do this business together, and she does completely faceless. She helps other people that have been retrenched or people that are in corporates to create their own business. You can build it up on the side and then it can replace your full-time salary. This is not a multi-level marketing or direct selling, although I do love that. It is in my bones and in my blood, and one day I will go back to that. But guess what? You can build a community here and then you can do whatever it is that you want, because people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. It's got nothing to do with an algorithm. At the end of the day, it's about people are going to connect with you. So we have got different things. I'm going to see if I can just add Kurt here. Guest. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see if Kurt is going to come.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Sorry, did I catch you off guard there?
No, I'm all ready.
Oh, great. Awesome. Kurt, thank you so much for coming on with me here today. As you heard, I did a little bit of an intro, and I would like to just invite people and encourage people to journey with us. So if there are stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, I think we connect on that point. And to just talk about digital growth community and what's in it for you.
You're in your kid's bedroom. I'm in my daughter's bedroom.
I knew I was going to come on here today, so I kicked the kids out, closed the bedroom door, and I said, don't make a noise. So if you do hear them, you know we're doing this thing.
We just dropped our daughter at school, so she's out of the house.
So Kurt is from New York. He's my Aussie, my kangaroo friend. Born and bred in Oz and living in New York.
Yep. New York City, up in Harlem. We have our two-bedroom apartment here. It's kind of in New York City. Everyone has relatively small apartments, so I don't have an office space. I sit here in the corner of my daughter's bedroom and do this work from the corner of a bedroom. But basically, like I can sit here and do work from here. But I can also a lot of people. I don't know about you, Robin, but a lot of people can do this whole thing from their phone. You don't even need a computer, really. You just need a phone and a good attitude, really.
Absolutely. When did you join the Legacy Builder program?
About 5 months ago. I've been there 5 months from about September. Is that right? September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, like 5-6 months.
Awesome. I was just working it out. I've been here for 9 months already, and it's just how time just goes, and how we sort of, I think with mindsets, how we just progress and just get like 1% better every day.
Yeah, that's the goal. I think anyone who's worked as an entrepreneur or has tried to do things on their own knows that if you try to get to success every day, you're going to fail. We don't succeed every day, but if you try to get better every day, that's a better idea, because if you're just trying to get better every day, you succeed at getting better. If you try to make a sale or succeed in something or perfect something in the day that you've got, and then you don't get there, it just feels like you fail. So I think that's a big mindset. There's a big mindset training in part of our community where people learn about that stuff. And I think it's really important that you have a good mindset and you are able to ride, the highs and lows of being an entrepreneur, because there's no one that's going to hold your hand when, like when you're here by yourself. The nice thing about our community is that, when I do have, things where I'm failing or whatever, I'll reach out to you, and I'll reach out to Cindy and some of the other people in our community that we've made. That's great and a wonderful part of our community. But you do have to have the drive, because no one else is going to make this work other than you. We have community around us, but it does come down to you, and that kind of stuff, I think, for sure.
So when you first found out about this community and digital marketing, how long did it take you from first hearing about it and making the decision to put your money where your mouth is, so to speak, and to just go all in? Because you're also a legacy builder, so you came in on the biggest package and you were like, I'm in.
Yeah, but it took me a month. That's fine. I think I always say this to people. It's good to go and research it a bit, understand what you're getting into. I literally went and messaged people. So I wasn't on TikTok at that point, but on Facebook I went into the Facebook groups and I could find people that I could see were doing legacy building by the if you go to their website it was orange, that kind of thing. So I went and found like I think more than 10 people like that who weren't attached to anyone that I knew, just random people who were clearly doing legacy, and I messaged them in the DMs on Facebook and said, "Hey, I'm thinking of starting this thing. What's your experience been like? What are you?" I was kind of wanting to see if I found some people that were disgruntled about it for whatever reason, to understand whether if you get in, you get upsold to or anything else that goes on. But pretty much every single person that I messaged was like, "This community is amazing. The training is amazing. It's changed my life. Amazing stuff." So I was like, "Huh, that seems cool and legit." And again, I'm talking about more than 10 people that I messaged and asked that question. What was funny is that the way the structure works is I was considering buying from a friend of mine that I knew through the SEO world. And when I was messaging people, a lot of the people were like, "Hey, do you want to buy from me?" And I was like, "Well, no, thank you. Respectfully, I will buy from the person that introduced me to this stuff." And I think that's an important part of it, as you get to know how it works, because that person gets 100% profit, right? They get all the money. If I was going to pay, all these people I started messaging were like, "Oh, pay me the 900." I was like, "Well, no, I'll pay the person that I came in. I just want to ask the question." But yeah.
I think that's a good example of people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So you would want to see that person win because it's automatically like, well, you shared the opportunity with me, so I'm so grateful and thank you for that.
Yeah. There's Queen Bee is just there saying hi. Hi, Queen Bee.
Hi, Queen Bee. Where are you coming in from? We are just having a chat. So I'm Robin from South Africa, and this is my friend Kurt. He is doing the Grumpy Dad Detox. He is coming in live from New York City. And so we are just sharing about our digital marketing journey, and we connected in a group, in a community. Digital growth.
We found it up. We got put into a side room. What do they call those things? A breakout room. Yeah, with you, me, and Cindy. And was it just you? And a couple of other people that have kind of decided to do other things now. But me and you and Cindy, and then we added Jody, has been a nice core unit that is always here to support each other, and we always jump on and support each other. It's great.
So it has been a really an interesting. I think also as we go on and we see like the progression. And I remember when you first did your one of your first lives that I joined in on, and when you started speaking about your daughter and just your passion and about your background and how like excited you got and like something just shifted for you. And I think it's amazing how like just to watch your growth and just confidence. And I think that is something that this opportunity gives you, is to say, like, it doesn't matter who you are, what your background is. If you just like, if your why is big enough, like, just go for that.
Yeah, and talk about your story. Tell your story, because your story involves all the things you deal with fibromyalgia, and I think the thing about that is that when you talk about your challenges with fibromyalgia and how to deal with daily life and kids and stuff whilst dealing with that, what is happening hopefully for you is your people that scroll past who have fibromyalgia will be like, oh, here's someone that's like me. But also anyone in the space who has any kind of health challenge that deals with health challenges at home whilst raising kids will hopefully just naturally follow you kind of through a process of essentially I refer to like natural selection a little bit. It's not natural selection, but it's that idea of like the people who are in that world will be attracted to you and will follow you and be interested in your story if you're talking about your story and being relatable in the way that you are.
Absolutely. And I just remember now, because I'm busy working on content and that, and just how the spoon theory that I'm using is going to help so many people, not just with chronic pain or with chronic fatigue or whatever it is, but it is such a good like tools. And through the program and learning what I have to create a blueprint for people to use the 12 spoons. Because, I mean, you know, as a dad, you are trying to be super everything, super mom, super dad, super everything. And just that, and to be able to, I think, create sort of a time balance where you're using your energy so that you aren't the grumpy dad when she gets home from school. So to say, okay, I'm going to block out time, and I don't think that's specific for people with fibromyalgia, but it also is going to help so many other people to just kind of manage their time. So that's what I've learned in this program, is to create those blueprints using ChatGPT, using my own experience, and then going, wow, like, it's amazing.
I'm just wondering too. I've seen this grid view. Are you seeing the grid view with a bunch of other boxes on the screen?
Good view. No.
What does your screen look like?
Just says invite, where there's a whole lot of, it's like where I can add people, I suppose.
Right. Just tap the screen. Oops, oh, that was me turning my video off. Tap the screen. There's a way to show it where you're the big person, like you're the whole screen, and my box is in the bottom right. I think if you're just going to talk to one person at a time, that would be better to fit. Well, that's a little bit better. You're a bit bigger there now. But if you wanted to just talk to one person, there's a screen view where I'm not sure if I can tap it, but getting rid of all that wasted space is probably let's back to that one.
Yeah,
Can you swipe left or swipe right?
Overview. No, it says overview. Go that way. No.
I had trouble figuring it out as well, but I did figure it out when I played with it for a bit. It would be good if you do figure out that stuff, I think, because it makes, well, even that one's better with you bigger.
Okay. Well, I'll leave it for now so that I don't mess it up. But I know that you've also got your live in the next couple of minutes as well. So, yeah, it was just, hopefully we can just create more of an awareness around this program, because I think a lot of people that are learning things and digital marketing are going onto YouTube, and it's a bit of like a shot in the dark because they don't have a proven system that they can follow. So they kind of try this and try that. And I think the basics that we're getting through this training is quite, what's the word? Exclusive, or what's the word?
Well, I mean, I think it's thorough, and I think part of like when I went to go to film school, I was working in TV and film and stuff, and I went to go to film school, and people ask a question, when you're in that kind of space, about any kind of space where you're thinking about going to school to study something, and it's like, why are you deciding to go to school and potentially spend tens of thousands of dollars to do so in that world? Because you don't have to. In TV and film, you can certainly go into a career and become a really fancy DP just by working in film without actually going to film school. So I was looking at, in my 40s, going to film school, and part of, almost half the reason you go to film school is to get a community, right? To get a community of people that are all doing the same thing, and then as you grow as people that have gone through a course together or gone through education together, you help each other go through the world into the new space, right? Out there in the world of working. So this is kind of similar. If you're out there and you're trying to learn this stuff on your own using just like YouTube videos, you don't have that community around you that you can turn to. And people message me on TikTok all the time. It was like, hey, I see you do digital marketing and stuff. Let's share ideas. And I'm like, no, thanks. I've got my community. Like, sorry. But if you're out there on your own trying to do this on your own, it's tough. It'd be really tough. And it'd be really easy to give up if you don't have a community around you. So I think half the value of what we do is in the community, in the training, obviously, of learning this stuff. But almost half of the value is the community itself. So you can jump on and go, hey guys, I've got this problem. Who knows how to solve it? And 20 people will tell you their opinion about it. So I think that's really valuable. I think that people underestimate the value of having a community around you that is doing it all together, and then finding, like we have, within the big community, a couple of small communities of like, okay, well here's, I've got 2 or 3, 4, 5 people who I can like literally message personally and go, hey Robin, I'm doing this thing, whatever. What do you think about this? Whatever it is. But having that community, like I said, is, I would think, half the value of joining any kind of community or platform where there's training, because yeah, you learn, but you've also got people around you that are learning with you, and that's how I like to learn in a group environment where there's people to bounce off.
Also that like authenticity, because you don't feel like somebody's going to try to sell you something. I can tell you that it's a very South African thing, and I know that this is recorded, and I hope that it just speaks to somebody, but it's a very South African thing for somebody to try and sell you the next thing. So I was in a breakup with a South African guy, and we weren't even off that call for 5 minutes, and he was trying to sell me a whole lot of other stuff. And I'm going, do you know what? I just want to hang out in the community. That's the same with fibromyalgia. There are so many people that say, buy this, do that. And I'm going, it's not one size fits all. So we're in a community, and I just love Cindy. I mean, she's just amazing. The way she shares so openly, and her knowledge, and for the fact that she's going into her retirement years, and she's not like waiting for something to happen. She's making it happen. It's such, I just love this community.
I think too,
Amazing.
the nice thing about this particular business model is that because we don't have to chase customers, we just create content. And here we are right now creating content that people are scrolling past right now. And if you're out there scrolling past, you don't have to even say hello to us. People can watch what we're doing, go, hey, look, Robin seems like someone like me. If you're out there scrolling past, you might scroll past Robin and go, oh, she seems like someone like me. She'll follow. She might then follow and never speak to you, never reach out to you, but follow you and then learn a bit about you. And then one day she'll see a piece of content. She's like, you know what? I'm actually going to go look at this person's thing they're talking about in their LinkedIn bio, whatever it is. And then they'll go look. And the system, the website that we have is designed to do all the selling for us. We don't have to do any selling. We just say, guys, hey, if you like what I've talked about, go check out the website. And when people go to check out the website, they can learn about everything through a couple of videos in there and learn about things and whatever. And then when they're ready, and like I said, it took me a month, whatever, but I wasn't talking to the person that I was buying from much. I sent them a few messages about it, but what I'm saying here is that we as business owners don't have to do much selling at all. We just create content and go, hey guys, this is what I do. This is who I am. Go check out my link in bio. And that's the whole sales process. So, unlike your mate there that was trying to sell you stuff, like I'm so tired of that world where you always have to like get into DMs and start messaging people. Hey, and can you go have a look at my, whatever, like selling stuff. It's like, no, this community and this business model is built on the concept that you just be awesome. Talk about fibromyalgia. Be interesting. Be someone that is relatable. And the audience will find you, and they will go and make up their own mind as to whether they think this business is going to suit them or not, without you trying to convince them. And that's kind of the beautiful thing of the whole business model, is that we don't have to kind of sell to people or pitch to people all the time. That's boring. That life. I've done that for many years.
I remember when a friend shared with me, and I bought from her, and I don't think she did nothing because she made 100% of me, and she was like, okay, well, that was okay. But it had nothing to do with her or what she was trying to sell me. It was just the timing for me, and I suppose it was the timing for you. I just did, it took me 6 months because I did analysis paralysis. I then went into, oh my gosh, I can't do this just because of my past, and just like, I can't do this, and then it was confidence. And yeah, it took me 6 months. And the last 2 people that have purchased from me have also took them about 6 months. So it's quite interesting to see, but it's about timing. So if somebody's watching this, they might be like, I've been looking for something. What's the next step? Okay, you need to watch a webinar, because I know that I wasn't in anybody's automation. I watched a webinar first, and then I went into the automation only to get my link to purchase.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's the case too. People may see our stuff and then think, oh, that's an option, and then they'll go and look at all the other options, and then it might take them 6 months, but then after they look at all the options and go, yeah, all the other options seem to have pros and cons in whatever way. I think I like this one. It's 100% profit. It's has lots of options there, has a huge community. Like there's all wins to that. But look, honestly, if you're out there and you're looking at all these options, I think what I would say as advice to you, and again, not trying to sell you anything that either one of us are doing, just start something. Start it, because once you start, you'll learn, you'll make mistakes, you'll get into it. But it's a booming industry right now. It's about to triple in the next 5 years, says Forbes.com. This industry is going gangbusters, and just start somewhere. Just start, because you might learn that a couple of communities that you're in, whatever, like you'll learn and you'll grow and all that stuff. But yeah, the time to start is now. If you're out there.
And the main thing I think about this program is that we learn how to work a 2-hour workday. So how is that looking for you? How many hours are you spending at the moment, seeing that you've been in here for, say, 6 months? How much realistic time are you spending in the business?
Yeah, I think I've gone through phases of talking about the 2-hour workday, and it is a legitimate plan and business thing. Like the idea with Legacy Builder program is that you work for in very specific time to just do a couple of things, and then you go off and you do training. So the 2-hour workday we talk about is that it's kind of like a goal. Like the people that are at the top that have been doing this for a while, that have mastered these skills, are doing it in 2 hours a day. Tim Hess goes and plays golf most days, and he batches his content out. So he does all his content in one day. So he kind of does his 2 hours in 1 day, does all his content for the week, and then goes and plays golf, and then just publishes them from his phone. So he literally does the 2-hour workday in that way, where he'll just put all his 2 hours in one day, do it all, and probably does it in 2 or 3 hours, just all the recording, because he knows what he's talking about, and then punches it out. So the rest of his week, he just punches out publishing content, attends a few Zooms because he does that to give back to the community, and he makes over 6 figures. So if you're out there kind of questioning that 2-hour workday, it does exist. But I'll tell you what, because I have a couple of different brands, I've got Grumpy Dad Detox here, I've got Freelancer Side Hustle, I'm also working on some other channels as well. So I'm certainly working this full time, because I'm trying to put a lot of energy into it, and I'm working a lot on it. So I talk about the 2-hour workday in a very specific way. I say, the 2-hour workday is a goal to work towards that you can get to if you figure this stuff out. And if you do it well, you can then figure out, okay, well, for instance, my Grumpy Dad Detox at the moment is the best performing channel that I have. So if I dropped everything else away and just focused on Grumpy Dad Detox, I could absolutely do it in 2 hours a day. Right now, I do 2 hours in Grumpy Detox, I do 2 hours in Freelancer Side Hustle, and then I do a stack of other learning time, and I do other stuff. So, but compared to what I used to do, which was 12 to 14-hour days sitting at this desk doing SEO, compared to that life, where my daughter would come home from school and ask me, can we have a tickle party? And I would say no to her. Like, that's the premise that's why I started this Grumpy Dad Detox, that little message there. But I would say no to her because I was too busy. And nowadays, sure, I work close to what I would call full time, but when my daughter comes home, I have the freedom to be like, yeah, I can absolutely jump up and let's be excited about having that tickle party, because we can go and do those things. And that's the biggest change in my life over the past 6 months, is that, sure, I still work hard, but I have the absolute flexibility to put my work down, because no clients are waiting for me to deliver a certain thing by a certain time, right? This is just every day you just do as best you can to get better. And there's no pressure. Like, there's no pressure on me today to get something done by a deadline. I'm just creating content and learning how to create content better every day, and that's kind of the work of it.
And what platforms are you using for attraction marketing?
So right now, Grumpy Dad Detox is only on TikTok. I haven't even set up a YouTube for it yet, but it's over 2,500 followers in the past 2 months, 2.5 months maybe. So I'm just doing TikTok right now for that one. I haven't even set up Instagram for it. With Freelancer Side Hustle, I auto-publish to Instagram and to YouTube. So, I've kind of learned a bunch of things about that, and kind of, making mistakes and all that thing with that. But right now I'm just trying to get really good at TikTok with Grumpy Dad Detox, and it's great. I'm doing really well and growing that channel, and it's literally a channel for dads. I'm literally not trying to sell anything to the dads, to my community. I'm just trying to build this community of grumpy dads. And in our training, there is ideas for how to then monetize a community once you kind of have a community around you. So my goal with this is to build this community, kind of, take my time, get really strong, get really, right now, like, I mean, I'm about to go live on there, but I've got about probably out of the 2,500 people that are following me, there's probably like 20 guys who come and join me every day or try to join me every day. And that's what I want. I want like 100, 200 guys who are just literally there to show up for us and the Grumpy Dads, vibe. And if I can have, a couple hundred guys that are legitimately there to support each other and whatever, that's my goal. And then I'll be able to, because they love me so much and they appreciate what I do so much, when I do say, hey guys, so now there's a community that I've got over here, it's $5 a month, come join. Most of those guys will join because they'll be so happy to give back their value to me after I've given them months and months and months of value. Like that's the community mindset that I'm growing over there. So that's part of our training.
Absolutely. People always need to feel like they believe or belong before they believe. And just that sense of belonging. People just are desperate. And especially guys. I know my husband was at home for a year and he just needed that connection. And that's, I think, why you also resonate with me is just like, wow, like it's just amazing what you're doing. So I really appreciate your time and I will connect with you.
My life. Have a great life for you too. And keep sending this message out there.
Awesome. We'll chat to you soon. Thanks, Kurt. Have a lekker weekend.
You too. Bye.